All right, let's see what having a frickin' thumbnail will do to help see if we can't up our viewers today. Two. We've been hovering around 3 viewers. And I'd love to see it, but I'd like to get a few more here and there. See if we can't get some more subscribers coming in. We did just have a new subscriber not too long ago. We're up to 990 subscribers on the channel. So, love to see it, and thank you so much for all your support. But trying to increase that number a bit. We want to see if we can't get quite a few subscribers. We will have a hard shut-off today of 4 p.m., which is Mountain Time, maybe a little bit before that. It's back to school night for the kids, and I have to make dinner on top of that. So, gonna make dinner at 4, we're gonna eat, and then we're gonna leave as soon as we're done eating dinner. For the youngest, at least. She has junior high, and she's the last one in junior high. All the rest are in high school, so it's gonna be exciting. Gotta say, it's gonna be exciting.
I cannot well express my relief to think that the Alliance came so close to surrender.
But the fire in their hearts has been rekindled, and they will fight to the last.
That's right, Sid.
This warmth inside. Did you feel it too, Grandfather? I would know something. Was that your power at work earlier?
Nothing of the sort. The leaders of Eorzea had lost their way. I merely helped them to find it again.
That's right. Oh, ring ring.
Oh, hello. Yes, our party returned just a moment ago. How close are you? It's all right, Sid.
We must needs plan our next move. Pray continue liaising with your respective nations. Sid, would you be our man in Ul'dah?
I'll be whatever and wherever you need me to be.
Damn right.
We haven't a
Sid's a
moment to
pimp.
waste. All right, let's do this.
Thancred's fate weighs heavy on my mind. I cannot bear to think of him in thrall to an Ascian. Mayhap you know this already, but the Ascians are immortal beings without physical form. Since time immemorial, they have fanned the flames of chaos from the shadows. That they might work unseen, the Ascians entrap and possess mortal men by means of malign artifacts known as crystals of darkness. One such crystal may yet be the key to saving Thancred.
This is a crystal of darkness.
A mere replica, created using data obtained from anomalous crystals found across Eorzea.
It comes to us courtesy of the students of Baldessian, our distant allies. Even for an Archon, Thancred's talents are exceptional. We all had complete confidence in him.
Oh my gosh. No. You need to be all the way up there. Thank you. Okay.
It was coincidence that none among us foresaw the danger in sending him to investigate the Ascians alone.
Well, that was a fuck up.
Had been striving to fill the void left by Louis Soir. Yet it was plain that he was overtaxing himself.
Yeah. He would volunteer for everything and work till he was dizzy.
Silly boy.
And the toll taken by his exertions made him vulnerable to Ascian influence.
The crystal that binds Thancred must be somewhere on his person. If we could but destroy it, his Ascian possessor would be compelled to relinquish control over him. You have proven the stoutest of allies, standing with us through thick and thin. Yet the most perilous struggle is still to come. For the sake of the realm and Thancred. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. As I am sure you are aware, the realm was saved from certain doom 5 years ago by heroes known as the Warriors of Light. What you may not be aware of is that your many feats in service to the Scions have prompted folk to make certain comparisons. I must confess, you do remind me of them. To be judged on the deeds of the present. A new darkness threatens the realm. I believe that you are she, a warrior of the crystal's will. Come, my friends, let us fight to safeguard the future of our beloved Eorzea.
Question is, do I start? No, that's gold. Screw that. That's gold. I'm getting the gold coins. Thank you very much. Wait, didn't I tell you to piss off? Oh, no. Apparently I didn't. Let's mute this conversation. There we go. Yep. Yep, sounds good. See what I can do. I'll see what I can do, chat. Oh, it's right there. That's right, it is right there. Holy crap. Oh, let's do this. Why does that name ring a bell? Do, 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 do. Be right back, chat. I'm going to go get a drink. And we're back. And since no one's watching right now, I'm not even going to bother muting. Target has not been sighted. Times like this, I wish it could be a tank. But that's okay. What was this new spell that I got? Hang on, I got something at 50. Oh. Kind of what I expected. Alright, chat. Next up, we're going to go ahead and nuke this bastard. And these ought to do it. And then this guy. It's going to be rough, but we got this. This fight's a pain in the butt. Sorry, buddy. Hey, Sandra, how you doing? I enjoy Brandon Sanderson. I'm not obsessed. He's fun. Like, I enjoy his books, but, like, I'm not... I don't fanboy over him. He's a fun guy to hang out with. He's a fun guy to chat with, but he's good at what he does. Again, it's still not over. I don't get people worship, like celebrity worship at all. I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world. So the people that are obsessed with Brandon Sanderson and think that everything he touches turns to gold, or I don't get people like that. But as far as like, do I enjoy his works as a creator? Yes. Do I like him as a human being? Yeah, I've met him a few times. He's a good guy. That's about it. Why? What's up? You're on fire. Well, what's up? What's your take on Brando Sando? Dun dun dun, the one true God. That one. Wait, oh, Camp Blue Frog. Let's do Camp Blue Frog, baby. Yay, I get a new weapon. A hero to raise morale, huh? You got it. Blue Fog? I always thought it was Blue Frog. I don't know why. Interesting. No, I don't care about your fate. Oh, that's a dead end. Nope. Nope. I gotta tell you, the first Stormlight Archive book, it took me a month to get through the first 600 pages. Just because there's so much exposition and backstory and complicated character narratives. And like I said, it took me a month. The last 400 pages I finished in a day. Sanderson does climaxes better than just about anybody. His climaxes are just absolutely top tier. If you're worried about getting into Stormlight Archive, I'd recommend starting with the Mistborn series. It's not as good, but it's much easier to swallow. You want something, you want a fantasy series that feels like a light novel? Dresden Files is a shonen. I mean, is Mistborn like light novels? That is an interesting question. I would say a little bit. The thing is, light novels are, how do I put this? Okay, so in books, they have the rising action and the conclusion, right? And the rising action, talks about, it's the buildup of the tension, okay? And Sanderson is very good at building up that tension to the point where you're really excited for the next book, for the conclusion. And you're all hyped up and everything. And conclusions don't matter. Like, okay, when I say Megiddo, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You know exactly what scene I'm talking about with Megiddo. The Megiddo scene wouldn't have worked if it was season 1. It wouldn't have worked at all. Like, you would have been like, okay, that's cool. But it had to come in season 2. And it had to come after all the tension that had been built up in season 2. And it was tension that we only felt because we were in love with all these characters who had died. And here we are rooting for a monster, a literal monster, the most basic of basics in all JRPGs. We're rooting for him to butcher thousands of humans. And when it happens, we're cheering him on. Which I suppose kind of makes us monsters as well, but that's beside the point. But Megiddo wouldn't have worked if this was a single core anime. You wouldn't have cared as much. Sacrificing a bunch of people would have been awkward and felt uncomfortable. But no, it happened at the end of season 2. So we're how many light novels in? 6, 7 light novels in at this point? Sanderson feels like that. Sanderson's conclusions feel like that. They are epic. They are over the top and they are awesome, but they're also earned. They're earned after a lot of setup and a lot of build up to get to that point. Dresden Files feels more like a light novel. Dresden Files is a urban fantasy murder mystery survival horror series. The main character is a wizard, like card-carrying member of the Wizards, of the White Council of Wizardry, that was founded by Merlin, in modern-day Chicago. Well, I say modern day, but the first book was like 20 years ago. 25, something like that. He's a sometimes consultant for the Chicago Police Department. There's a specific department in Chicago PD that gets handed all of the weird cases. And the new lieutenant in charge heard about this self-proclaimed wizard and went, you know what? Why not? Let's try to work with him. And the two of them solve cases together. And sometimes he cuts her out, and that causes a great deal of tension in their relationship. Book 4, he reads her in. He explains everything. And it marks a huge shift in their relationship. But again, that's book 4. Book 1, there's a rogue wizard he's got to hunt down and fight against. Book 2, there are werewolves, and there's lots of different kinds of werewolves, and they are scary. Book 3 is vampires. And again, something cool that he does in the series is there's multiple kinds of vampires. There's the white court, the red court, and the black court. The black court of vampires are classic Dracula, undead, unbelievably strong, live forever, but they also have a ton of weaknesses. Sunlight kills them, silver kills them, religious faith causes them to back away, symbols of faith cause them to back away. All kinds of weaknesses. Can't cross running water, all that stuff. But that's the black court. So physically, they're the strongest, but they also have the most amount of weaknesses. Like, literally, sunlight kills them damn near instantly. The next... In fact, there was a huge problem with the black court basically running Eastern Europe. When Bram Stoker's book came out, he published the secrets for how to kill vampires, and all of a sudden almost all the black court was wiped out thanks to Bram Stoker. The red court are the remnants of the old Mayan gods, the South American gods, and their people look like, in their natural form when they don't have their human skin on, they look like chupacabra, basically. Goat suckers. They are all kinds of creepy, kooky looking. That's another thing that he does really well, is he ties in multiple myths and religions and mythologies into a modern day world. Like, gods lose power when they cease to be worshipped, so what's Odin to do? How about become Santa Claus? And then the biggest players in the game, the ones he deals with most often, are the fairy courts, the summer and winter court. And book 4 is him being hired by Mab, the Queen of Winter, to find out who murdered the Summer Knight. And it is a good book. But, excuse me, all of them are self-contained. They each have their own story, with a couple of exceptions. There's a couple of two-parters in the book, or in the series. But they all tell their own story. But at the same time, there's a build-up and hints being dropped as to something larger that's going on in the background. And we are building towards that epic conclusion right now. And there's currently 18 books in the series and 3 collections of short stories. And the short stories are a lot of fun, but you don't need to read them if you don't want to. Each book, for the most part, is around 400, 500 pages. There's a few shorter, there's a few longer. Cold Days, which is my personal favorite book in the series, is just shy of 700 pages. But, like I said, everyone who's read these, who's also an anime or manga fan, 100% agrees these are shonen. These are a shonen adventure series, and if you're a fan of the shonen genre, of the power of friendship and overcoming obstacles and beating up bad guys and standing up for what's right and all that fun stuff, you'll love this series. I may have to do a video on it explaining it to the anime community, why they should be reading Dresden Files. And don't watch Dresden Files, read it. The TV series was okay. But they changed a lot and it was kind of crap. But going back to your question about Brandon Sanderson, Mistborn feels a lot more like a light novel. The Stormlight Archive. Okay, so imagine reading 4 different light novels that all take place in the same world, that all have different characters set in different areas of the world, and their stories converge to have a massive conclusion. But that means you're reading all 4 light novels all at the same time, and you're going from chapter to chapter back and forth. And you don't really want to skip ahead. You want to read each chapter, but that means it's going to take you 4 or 5 times as long to get through than a single light novel does. The advantage of light novels is you can sit down and in an afternoon finish a light novel. For Eorzea! Yay! Hopefully that answered your questions. Alright, we're going to switch to Scholar. We're going to swap our books. And we're going to come here. Yeah, that won't pop till later. That's okay. Do, 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 do. The wife is watching MASH. Excuse me. Oh. There we go. You want a good explanation for Sanderson, at least for the Stormlight Archive? Think of Stormlight Archive less as a light novel and more like a One Piece arc. The longer ones. So, hope that makes sense. Companion. Skills. Did I already pick Defender? Huh. Just one one healer this time. Well, let's try tank. be fine for a minute. I need help with the AoE. How's it going? Sir Him, you just joined a discussion where we were talking about Sando had a question. Is Brandon Sanderson like a light novel? And I said, my conclusion after a long discussion, long, thought out process, is Sanderson is more like One Piece. I think you'd agree with that. Either that or Sanderson's like 4 light novels rolled into one, all at the same time. But I think comparing him to One Piece is a lot better. I see a lot of similarities between Sanderson and Oda, to be honest. That's what I was saying. I was also saying if he wants a shonen-like light novel, shonen series that's like a light novel, best bet's probably going to be Dresden Files. Yep. Probably try to stay awake a little bit more, especially since I'm the healer. My job to keep everyone alive. Tim, I'm streaming. Keep it down, please. Yeah, pretty much. Worst part is he's got endgame gear. I mean, he's got the best sword in the game right now. And his armor is skinned from the previous raid tier, not the current raid tier. So he might just giving me something to do. Yeah, he is not the best tank I've ever played with. At all. That's right, baby. Shields are down in this bitch. I actually missed the old fight, to be honest. Oh crap, I forgot to read that. That's kind of how I am for this dungeon, is just half checked out. Because it's not a hard dungeon. I kind of just sleep my way through it. Or maybe he's recording content for a video for how not to tank. Yeah, he's got to be phoning it in. I should probably wake up and pay attention. What is Bookwalker sending me notifications for? Yeah, dinged. The final confrontation awaits. Let's do this. Can we finish ARR in an hour? Oh, Raban. Yeah, we completed it. Yay, next quest. Do. That's nice. Nope, don't care. Nope. Nope. Oh, I think I forgot to grab this when I came here, which was dumb of me, but what can you do? Let's attune, baby. All right, let's sit up a bit, get some more caffeine in us. This is something I wanted to check real quick while we're waiting in queue. See if there's any new magic previews. Alright, I did want to read this. Let's go vendor some stuff. I kind of want to use my summoning bell. That's right. The boy brought me mail. I think this is anything important. Energy comparison report. That's nice. Dismiss. You can go. Crap, I wanted to sell that too. I think I'm going to take the Aetherite to Mordona so that I can check and see how my auctions are doing. Let's do that. Let's teleport to Mordona and Revenant's Toll. Very good. Very good, son. What? What? What?
Dropped the first photos and new details from its upcoming series based on Legendary's Monsterverse. We now know that the series starring father and son Kurt and Wyatt Russell will be titled Monarch: Legacy of Monsters. Apple TV Plus also revealed that Kurt and Wyatt will play the same character at different ages. The story will span 3 generations and center on 2 siblings who follow in their father's footsteps to uncover their
200, huh? I have 200 of these silly tokens. So let's go to... Don't need those. Okay, that's that. Let's talk to you. Ironworks. I need 600 for a weapon. That shield ain't gonna do squat. Okay. We're gonna copy that and we're gonna send that to the wife. Because I know she's gonna love it. But you know what? Chances are, she already knows about it. She's gonna turn and say, I already knew about all this. Have you seen the images yet, though?
No, I've known about it before there were images.
Well, I kind of figured you did. All right, chat, we got 45 minutes. And I'm going to need to borrow the wife's car. Oh, we got an email. Not emails we care about right now. I think it's neat that Kurt Russell and his son are going to be playing the same character at different time periods. Alright, we got a ninja, a dragoon, me. And what do we got for a tank? Gunbreaker, I'm guessing? Oh no, it's a new Apple TV series set in the Monster Universe, starring Kurt Russell with Godzilla and other kaiju. Yeah. I would never encourage piracy. I would never go out and say, hey, we should pirate this. But I'm also not giving Apple any money, ever. Ever. Tank is slow. At all times, men must hoist... At one time or another, all men feel the need to hoist the black flag and begin slitting throats. Oof, made it out of there. the exact same thing I do, is slowly drag them over. Oh no, they're totally intuitive if you're a baby. I'm just kidding. No, I hate iPhones and all Apple products because of my time in the military. Did you know that products are not allowed inside of buildings that house top secret material or have top secret secrets? Because if you turn off an Android, it stays off. If you turn off an Apple, doesn't matter, Apple can still watch your videos and listen to your stuff. So Apple is always spying on you. Now, to be fair, Android spies on you as well so that it can advertise stuff to you. Okay, fine, whatever. But it doesn't do it when you turn it off. All right, let's check these emails real quick while we're waiting for... Oh. So, Brandon Sanderson is known for making magic systems that make sense, that have a very set and established rules. Only he doesn't tell you all the rules, you're supposed to figure them out, or more importantly, the characters are supposed to figure them out. So, it's like... Mistborn, there are people that have... You either have one type of magic or all types of magic. There's no people that have two types of magic. Only there's more than one kind of magic that relies on metals. They're all... Metallurgy is the term that's used. You ingest... like flakes of metal in a weakened alcoholic solution. They're just kind of suspended in an alcoholic solution. Kind of like how, I don't know if you've ever seen Goldschlager. Which one? We Are the Dead? I haven't read that one. Yes. Okay, so there's metals, and then there are alloys of metals, and each metal allows you to push, and each alloy allows you to pull. So, for example, coin pushers can push metal away from them, magnetically house metal away from them. So with a strong enough boost, putting enough mana, magic, whatever into it, you can fire it like a bullet. Meanwhile, coin pullers can pull it towards them. Well, if you're in a city that has a whole bunch of steel pipes and shit, or steel rooftops, you can fly by pushing and pulling yourself in different directions. So imagine Spider-Man, but for magnetism. And that's just one of them. There's sensory overload. There's emotional manipulation. I can't remember. There's personal strengthening. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. There's a whole bunch of stuff. The premise for the first Mistborn book is 1,000 years ago, the hero of the realm, the prophesied hero who was supposed to save the world, failed. And instead, a villain rose up and took over everything. And that's the premise. So now a ragtag group of criminals is going to try to overthrow the evil lord. And they don't do it by like inciting a rebellion or getting an army together or any of that shit. It's a con. It's a long con. So even though it is an epic fantasy, well, not even an epic fantasy, even though it is a fantasy series, it reads more like an Ocean's 11 with magic. So it's pretty fun. Is it the best book I've ever read? No, absolutely not. Is it entertaining and worth your time? Yes. When a baby can start to drink water, honey, baby can drink water day one, right?
Yeah, but it's not recommended.
When 6 months?
Once you start them on
Solids? On food.
food.
Okay.
Normally it's about 4 to 6 months.
I'd say once you start them on food. Yeah, that's what the wife is saying. To be fair, it's been 12 years since I've had a baby. So, hang on, guys. I gotta mute real quick to talk to the wife about something. 1 second. Sounds good. Oh, fortunately, these cutscenes are unskippable, which leaves me a chance to interact with chat and talk to people and find out what's going on. I have a job interview tomorrow, and I was scheduling going with the wife. Because I usually go grocery shopping Friday mornings, but that may be changing. So we'll see. No. Account management job. Do. Account management? Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, this one's different from anything I've ever done before. This one is okay. I love working with customers and I love solving customers' problems. I've got another YouTube channel where I talk about magic. Currently, I've got 17 or 18 clients every month that pay me to build them a commander deck to their specifications, and I love doing it. It is so much fun. Excuse me. The problem I've always had with customer service, and Sir Ham will back me up on this. The problem I have with customer service is the customer calls in, they've got a problem. Well, if you just bought XYZ product from our company, it would fix all of your problems. You can't say that when you're in customer service. You're not allowed to. Your job is to walk them through using whatever products they currently have without even mentioning selling something else. That's a no-no. You're not supposed to do that. In sales, you're not supposed to talk about the free solution. You're only supposed to sell the solution. You can't come across and say, "Oh, let me sell you this right here," or let me tell you about. No, you're just using your current product wrong. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to sell the solution. And I don't like doing that. Not when there's a free solution. Look, you already own XYZ, and it's going to solve all your problems. Why don't you just use it instead? Oh my gosh, use your frickin' cooldowns. There we go. But account management, customer success, stuff like that, your job is to keep the customer happy. And if that's selling them the solution, oh my God, there were so many bad people on our sales team. Oh. But Anyway, in customer success, your job is to manage the long-term relationship. You don't want to lie to the customer because you're going to be managing that relationship a long time. And account management's the same way. You're going to be managing those customers. So with this specific position, I'd be the liaison between a manufacturing company and a product development company and retail stores for like crafting stuff. So I think it'll be a blast. Do. That'd be nice. That would be nice. We'll see. We'll see, though. LinkedIn sent me out a message. Hey, we want you to contribute to this article. And the article was on why are so few people getting into the tech industry? And I'm like, I don't know. How about crap tons of layoffs? No one wants to join a company if they're just going to get laid off in 6 months? Kalala? Who's Kalala? Oh, yeah. Oh, I can imagine. Oh, good. That's one of the things that made me fall in love with Zootopia is when she didn't pull her earbuds out of here, she pulled her earbuds out of here. Out of her actual ears, you know?
Tell me, for whom do you fight?
Me. I fight for me.
Do you believe in Eorzea? Eorzea's unity is forged of falsehoods. Its city-states are built of deceit, and its faith is an instrument of deception. It is not what a cobweb.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially if you guys release like an entire batch of semiconductors that's faulty or something, then yeah, there goes all your work down the drain.
Often summon gods to fight in their stead, though your comrades only rarely respond in kind, which is strange, is it not? Are the 12 otherwise engaged? I was given to understand they were your protectors. If you truly believe them your guardians, why do you not repeat the trick that served you so well in Cartano and call them down? They will answer, so long as you lavish them with crystals and gorge them on ether. Your gods are no different from those of the beasts. Icons, every one. Except for this, and you will see how Eorzea's faith is bleeding the land dry. Nor is this unknown to your masters, which prompts
Yeah, it is weird.
Knowing this, when a single path is open to the infinite ruler, that of false worship, a path which leads to innovation and death. Only a man of power can rightly steer the course of civilization. And in this land of creeping mendacity, that one truth will prove its salvation. Come, champion of Eorzea, face me. Your defeat shall serve as proof of my readiness to rule. It is only right that I should take your realm, but none among you has the power to stop me.
Oh, you got a shield there, little buddy. You can do it. I believe in you. Go, little tank. Oh, no. I live in Utah. Brandon Sanderson lives in Utah. There's an annual... I've been going off and on to this science fiction and fantasy symposium called Life, the Universe, and Everything. It used to be at Brigham Young University, but then BYU decided to go all, like, psycho-Christian and fantasy bad. So, they had to move it away from BYU, and UVU held it 1 year, another nearby university, which is a state university instead of a private university. And we'll just top everyone off. Oh. Oh, we're double melee, aren't we? Anyway, Life, the Universe, and Everything's been going on forever. I've met Orson Scott Card. I've met Tracy Hickman. I've met Richard Garfield, the creator of Magic. I actually had Tracy Hickman as a dungeon master for when I was 16 or 17. That was a lot of fun. Steve Jackson, the guy that created GURPS and a bunch of other games. Who else have we met there, Sir Him? RK Post. Oh, no, RK Post is Magic. Never mind. I actually watched a buddy of mine crush Richard Garfield in a game of Magic. Richard Garfield was playing cards that weren't even printed yet, and my buddy just went, "Oh, those are cool," and ate him alive. Like, just completely wrecked him. Yeah, met Orson Scott Card. Met a bunch of really cool artists, a bunch of really cool cosplayers, editors, big names in the publishing industry. Yeah. Yeah, talk about LTUE. I haven't been in a few years. Oop, congrats. Yeah, Larry Correa, Dan Wells. Although Larry Crane and I got into a fight on Twitter.
This most impressive. Such power befits a ruler. Yet you lack the resolve to put it to proper use.
Haven't had a chance to meet Jim Butcher. I still think my most fun was at the same event, playing an event run by Richard Garfield, watching my best friend play in a GURPS game run by Steve Jackson, and then the next morning getting to play Dungeons and Dragons with Tracy Hickman. All in the same event. My favorite fantasy author story is still Brandon Sanderson talking about how it takes years to finally find your voice, and learning specifically what kind of author you want to be, what kind of stories you want to tell, the discipline you need to just complete those stories. And it's okay if your first book is bad, and it's going to take you a while to get to the point where it's good. I mean, Brandon Sanderson often talks about how it took 7 books. He finished 7 books before he was even published. And it's not like some new author is going to come along and write a book and change the face of fantasy forever and have it become an international bestseller to the point where his name is now a household name. Rothfuss. And it was so funny to see the rivalry between the two of them. Sanderson, on a flight, he was on a 21-hour flight to Dubai and wrote a book. 80,000 words in 21 hours. That's insane. He just wrote the whole... He already had the outline done and everything, but so he didn't really need to plan it. He just needed to, like, put words to paper because it was already all planned out. So he just broke out his laptop and wrote a book. Rothfuss spent 7 years on his first book and 10 years on his second book. Do I have time? Sure. I remember one year at LTUE, I submitted my paper. It was a paper I actually got a C- on in college. And I submitted my paper, and then I had to present the paper, and it wound up being published. It was on world building and 10 things you want to pay attention to. And I'll get there, and there's this massive room, and I'm like, God, Rothfuss is amazing. Love him. I don't care if he spends 15 years in between each book, as long as he gets the trilogy finished. But apparently Doors of Stone is done. So we'll see. But I show up and I'm here to I just submitted a paper. I show up and they're like, "Oh, you're a panelist." And I was on 4 frickin' panels and I had no idea. And I'm just like, apparently I'm a panelist now. And I get up there, and there's all these guys like, yeah, I've been playing Dungeons & Dragons for 10 years, and I've run my own games, and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, that's why I'm on a panel. And I get there, and I'm like, hi, I'm Doug. I've been playing Dungeons & Dragons since 1988. That's, for those of you who don't like doing math, that's 25 years. Most of that time spent as a Dungeon Master. And, people older than me turned and looked, and they're like, you have more experience playing than we do? And I'm like, yeah, I do. Ha-ha. It was great. Absolutely adore Rothfuss. Like I said, I don't care if it takes him a decade in between each book. It does not bother me. The man writes poetry. Whoa, 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 no! Oh. Oh, well, it looks like we're not going to be finishing it right now. Yeah, Doors of Stone, I don't know if it has an official release or not yet. Until I see it on his website, because Amazon just posts a date. I still gotta believe you hated Book 2. Book 2 took a bit to get into, but I went back and reread it and really enjoy it. Leave. Clear section. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. Well, what? Oh, it's because I'm being penalized. Great. All right, fine. Well, it looks like we're not going to finish it today. I do apologize. So I've got back to school night tonight, which means I need to go start dinner now. Which means we're not going to be able to finish ARR today because I was an idiot and didn't queue up for the right dungeon. Because I don't have time to do the other dungeon. I've only got 10 minutes left. So, my bad for doing that, and now I've got a 30-minute queue penalty. Ethernet. Go to the Shaded Bower. Haven't read The Narrow Road Between Desires. I have it, I just haven't finished it yet. That's the one with What's-Her-Bucket as the POV character. The little girl who lives in the sewers, the little blonde girl. I was expelled from the university at a younger age than most men are allowed to attend. All right. Can I... "28 minutes until I can do Duty Finder." Oh, well. All right, you guys, you have a good one. Sorry about that. So we're going to have to go ahead and end the stream now.